In this video, we are getting the first drive of the brand new Redcat Gen 9. We're gonna get it out of the box. We're gonna take it out through my backyard crawler trail to see just how does this thing do. If you're new to the channel, welcome. My name is Troy. This is Roadside RC. You'll tend to find me bashing and crawling and drifting and racing, plus doing product review videos and how-tos. And I'll be honest, I've been a very big fan of the Redcat Gen 8 for years now. So as soon as I saw Gen 9 and that there was a brand new version coming out, I immediately had to jump on it. The first step here is we need to get this truck out of the box. So through the magic of video editing, pow, just like that, here is everything that you get in the box with this Redcat Gen 9. You have, of course, the truck itself. You have the brand new Redcat controller. What is this? Kind of looks like a controller that I recently had on, I believe, a Bezgar little truck that I used, but good news, it's a whole lot better than that old Redcat controller that we got with a lot of their vehicles. So kudos to Redcat for the step up, because turns out I actually kind of like this one. You get a little handy dandy QR code video link into how to use and set up this 2-speed transmission. I think it's pretty cool that you get extra windshield wipers and mirrors, because as it turns out, these kind of things, they tend to die. They tend to get torn off out on the trail. So the fact that they gave us some extras is a good thing. Body mounts and other little parts here. So if you don't want to use the swinging hinge body mount system, this is here and available for you. You have a full manual in multiple languages for the truck itself, and then a staggering amount of stickers. A lot of folks are looking at this and they think that the design and the styling of this truck is not maybe up to task, is not what they want. But I'll tell you two things very clearly. One is it's not a Jeep. Every time other brands come out with a new vehicle and it's a Jeep, everybody loses their mind. Guess what? Not a Jeep. And then second is it's better in person. Yeah, I was also not super excited about the design as I was seeing videos and images and pictures of it. In person, it is better. It is very wide. It is very tall, very flat-sided, but I think there's some stuff that we can do with it. One, I think the stickers, when appropriately placed, will help break that big slab side up. And two is similar to the Gen 8. One of the things I did is actually raise the side skid sliders up and cut the body a little bit and narrow that up. That made a huge difference in how the truck looked when I did it with the Gen 8. I imagine in a future video when I start hacking on this thing, hacking bumpers, hacking body, trying to make this whole thing perform better, I bet it'll be looking better at that time. Of course, we need to get the plastic off of it here. Let's see. Now, if you're not familiar, I'm going to quickly go over the few changes from the Redcat Gen 8 to the Gen 9. Of course, the obvious one is the body itself being open with the seats ready for a driver. I will say the latch mechanism here for body mounting is really, really nice. It's 2 twist turns in the bottom. Body comes up and then it can actually just come all the way off like that. That is actually quite handy. It is a 2-speed transmission. It does have a newer designed servo in it. And then the axles are actually all one piece now, which is something that folks complained about on the Gen 8, was that those were multi-piece. Honestly, I kind of like the multi-piece. Maybe I'm the only one who liked the multi-piece, but I was able to upgrade those ends to aluminum, or many companies made brass parts there. That meant that you could put even extra weight on that front axle, which now, if you're going to do the same thing, you're going to have to buy a whole axle instead of just those end parts. So I was one of the few, I guess, who liked the Gen 8 design. And then metal servo horn and some redesign in this whole linkage here that supposedly makes it to where no more bump steer in the front. Not that I was ever racing my Gen 8 anyway, so ever really cared, but people are fiddly about some of that stuff and they really care. The other big deal here is the tires themselves, and I'll be honest, from just feeling them, they feel like potentially some of the best brand new factory tires that I've ever felt. So I'm really excited to see how they drive. I'm probably missing a few things that might be different than the Gen 8, but overall, those are really the important items. I'm gonna get a battery in it and we're gonna get it out and get it driving. So here's part of what I don't understand about this truck. 2-speed transmission. So here we are running every first gear, 3S LiPo. It's faster than I'd ever walk. Why do I need the second gear? I literally, it's this trend in RC crawling that everybody thinks you need more and more gears. I just don't get it. Back from the first drive with this Redcat Gen 9. Couple things that I noticed right away. Very top heavy with this body. You see this body has all sorts of movement. I hope it came across in video. As the truck's moving, this body has lots of movement because it weighs so much compared to what was in the Gen 8. You've got all these seats, you got the cage, you got this whole dash and everything. There's a lot up here. There's a lot of weight moving around and you can feel it, especially when you click this thing up into second gear. First gear, it's not so bad. Second gear, really notice the weight of this body. This truck is very prone to tipping over, especially in that second gear. As is normal with any scale vehicle like this, the bumpers do tend to stick out a fair amount. I caught a lot of, I don't know if you can see it in the video itself, but I have a lot of scrapes, scratches up here already on the front bumper. Rear bumper has taken a lot of them. The one that actually surprised me is how much these side skids have also already taken some pretty good amount of scuff and scrapes. Clearly, if you are into performance and want to improve the performance of this truck, narrower, slimmer bumpers, front and rear, skids that are in and up would all actually help, because every time you see a scrape or a hit on those bumpers, that's you getting traction taken away from the tires. But speaking of the tires, I had a couple issues on my slick wood. It's very cold outside right now, so honestly I think almost any tire would have struggled there. But when it got onto that dry slick rock, they actually did really well. Very impressed with these tires out of the box. I do wonder if they'd be a little bit better if we cut these up some, so I may actually go and investigate what it would take to cut these up. Of course though, one of the very common things to do with any crawler is to upgrade the tires and wheels anyway. At least the wheels, take these plastic beadlocks off, put some aluminum beadlocks on there. They just look mean. They just look better. Helps you customize the look of your truck. But with all that to say, this truck really actually did outperform all my expectations for being just really ready to run straight out of the box. In that regards, it kind of reminds me of the Redcat Gen 8. You know, a lot of people talk down about it. They don't really, are not that supportive of it, but out of the box, you swap some different tires on that truck, it really does quite well. Yes, a lot of people are not as excited about the body, but in person, The paint color really does look very nice, this blue, and the truck overall, I promise you, does look better in person than it does on video. But I think we can make it even better. I think with some customized bumpers or modifying these bumpers, customizing the sides, clearly I have all the stickers that I still need to put on it. You know, putting a driver in there, which by the way is something very new to me. I've never done that before because I just that's not my style. I normally leave that up to folks like Sean's RC Adventures. Shout out to him. I'll let him do the dollhouse stuff. So this is going to be new for me, trying to figure out how to put a driver in there, plus one that is appropriate for the truck. But then, of course, we're going to go into a lot of the normal things. Is there, you know, how much sense does it make to lower this truck down at all? How do we add some weight to the front? Are there better tires to put on it? All of these kind of things. This truck has a staggering amount of locations for lights. And so, you know, using that Redcat light kit and putting in headlights and tail lights and all that stuff could really be a fun adventure for this truck. So all of these are things that are yet to be done, and I'll be doing in upcoming videos. So if you're interested in any of that stuff, I will be building a Redcat Gen 9 playlist with all of my adventures and modifications and tunings that I do to this truck. You'll find that over here. So keep an eye out on that playlist as I build it out with all the stuff that I'm doing to it. Thank you for your time. And if you are looking for a Redcat Gen 9, I hope this video of my first drive and my experience was useful for you. So we'll see you in one of these future Gen 9 videos. Thank you for your time, and goodbye.